Hello everybody and welcome back to another 3v3 Elite Mod action. On the blue team we have Elena with the Tyrannus for the first time I believe. We have Trizzen with the Orks playing as a mech boy instead of the Commando, and Gord playing as the Space Marines Force Commander. On the red team we have AG as the Grey Knights, Styx with the Chaos Space Marines, and Alphablades playing as Orks. Which I think is the first time we've seen Alphablade play as Orks. Maybe. Not entirely sure. And playing on the Gar's Wheeler Mine. This looks like a very interesting map. Just judging by the little screen here. I hope it's pretty cool. What are the victory points here? Wow, those two victory points are so close together. Are these open? Wow. And then one way out here. Well, this area is going to be pretty crazy then. If this is indeed an open spot right there. Wow, this map's actually pretty big too. Let's go see. Yep. But these choke points though, this is going to be interesting. I imagine like heavy weapon teams are going to be setting up here. I don't know, we'll see. Hello, Hive Tyrant. Looks like we got the Hive Tyrant coming for the resource point and then possibly heading up to the left side victory point. We have some Stormtroopers and the Brother Captain heading up there as well. On the right side, we have the Space Marines, the Black Templars. Oh, look at that Force Commander. That Force Commander looks really cool. Taking their victory point, and then on the opposite side of the wall, we have the Orks taking their victory point. Alphablades. Let's see, we do have a skirmish here. Ork Commando fighting against the Grey Knights with the Tyrannid backup. Alright, Brother Captain charging straight through the Hormagaunts. There we go. Is now engaged in melee battle. Slugger Boys coming up. Commando Knob taking the victory point. And we have our first skirmish here on the right side. Multiple Scout Squads versus some Shooter Boys, Slugger Boys, and the War Boss versus the Force Commander. Scout Squads are getting out of there, leaving the Force Commander to fight on his own. That's not going to be a fight that Force Commander can win, unfortunately. Mech, not Commando Knob, Mech Boy is engaged in melee, chasing back some Chaos Space Marines who are running straight into multiple squads of Shooter Boys. And then behind the Hive Tower we have multiple Inquisitorial Stormtroopers coming there, shooting him with the hot flashlights. And for victory points, it's currently 2-1 in favor of the blue team. Stormtroopers being pushed back by the Termagants here. And now returning fire, 3 Stormtrooper squads laying into those Termagants. Multiple Shooter Boys trying to bring down the Brother Captain. Doing a pretty good job at it, but withdrawing. On the right side, we have a crazy push here from Alphablades Orks, taking the victory point from blue. Now it is in 2-1 red favor. Scout Troopers doing some harassment damage on the War Boss. On the left side, these Shooter Boys have fallen back, but are still in the fight, pushing back this Plague Champion. Stormtroopers moving up with a Rhino backup. Brother Captain taking that resource point for the red team. On the right side we have the Black Templars trying to push against the Ork Hordes, who now have the DACA. I just like getting these close shots here. Just trading fire. Just in a slugfest, and the Orks break first, leaving that point to be taken by the blue team. On the left side, we have the Tyrannids and Orks gathering together to fight off the Grey Knights. Brother Captain now has to run away. The Stormtroopers get inside the Rhino. That's pretty cool with the Space Marine there on the Heavy Bolter. That's really cool. Coming back to harass, saying, don't forget about me. I'm still here. Now on the right side here, we have the Chaos Space Marines coming up with a Tactical Squad and Cultists. Shooter Boys forced to fall back for right now. Nice, and they repair the Rhino, get outside, and start harassing this mech boy, or mech commander. who then teleports away to safety. Termagant's trying to shoot and do some damage to the cultists. Rhino and Stormtroopers are coming back up, forcing the blue team away from this left victory point. Should be free for them to take that victory point, putting it back in their favor, 2-1, and the mech goes down. Took out too much fire to the chest. And it looks like the Force Commander for the Black Templars is also down, needing a resurrection. And the Space Marines and Grey Knights, Chaos Space Marines and Grey Knights, working together, even though it's pretty weird, to take all these resource points on the left side, taking full control. We now have all the resource, the power node, and the victory point. Let's see, on the right side, the Black Templars holding back this second horde of Orks with the Storm Boys this time. Thank you, Carnage, for following the channel. You are now a warrior of the Empire. Serve us well. Shoot a boy back up, and the Black Templars are forced to run, leaving their poor Force Commander out there screaming, "No, don't leave me!" And then here we got the Grey Knights and Chaos pushing against the Orc and Tyranids. Orc player with multiple shooter squads. Tyranids with some Hormigons trying to disrupt the cultists. Hive Tyrant going after these Chaos Raptors, which are going after the Luda squad, who's now running for his life with only 19 hit points. I think he's going to be able to make it. Stormtroopers pouring up so much las into these Termagant brews that they are forced to withdraw. And did that Luda actually die? No, Luda's still alive. Luda didn't make it back. On the right side, the red player Orc, Alphablades, is pushing up against the Black Templars. Looks like we have an assault squad here, jumping in there, trying to disrupt the shooter squads. Storm Boys doing a counter jump. Assault Marines coming back. Sheer chaos. But now the red team owns the right and left side, and the blue team is now forced back into just the mid and outside their bases. This is not looking pretty good for the blue team. Meanwhile, the Grey Knights continue to push up with their Rhino and multiple Stormtrooper squads against the Orc boys. So much fire. And they're able to just cancel that suppression by jumping into that Rhino. That's really powerful. Meanwhile, the Tyranids are trying to sneak up the left side to reclaim some points for the blue team. And the Orcs are falling back temporarily due to the Black Templars and Orcs, leaving them to be able to take this capture point, or victory point, which they desperately need. So it looks like they could sneak in 2 victory points here and once again put it in favor of the blue team. Rhino is now falling back, most likely to engage against the Tyranid Swarm. And this Rhino has a last cannon upgrade? I didn't even know this Rhino could get a last cannon upgrade. That's crazy. And here come the Stormtroopers. Tyranids are forced to disengage from the victory point and try and take out that Rhino. Meanwhile, the cultists are just having a field day shooting at the Hormigons, sorry. Pouring some grenades into the Termagants behind. Hive Tyrant getting pelted by that last cannon. It looks like the Black Templars are pushing up into the cave system now. And now the Tyranid player has the backup of some Knobs and Shooter Boys. Rhino coming out of the other entrance now with the Brother Captain. I'm sorry, Terminator Librarian. Holy sh... Throwing down some psychic powers, forcing the blue team to run away once again. Alright, Shooter Boys holding their own now. See what they do. Oh, on the right side, sorry. It looks like we have an engagement between the Orcs and the Black Templars once again. Black Templars now equipped with some flamers that could do well against the Orcish hordes. It's hard to get a nice camera angle in these caves, though. But the Black Templars are forced to withdraw. And the left side is in the firm control of the Grey Knights and Chaos Space Marines once again. This Rhino and these 3 squads doing so much work. Force Commander out by himself. Death Dread charging with the War Boss, and the the Templar Force Commander goes down again, almost in the same spot. On the left side, we have the Tyranids and Orcs trying to push again against the Grey Knights and the Chaos Space Marines. That Rhino just kiting to the max. Taking a lot of fire, though. It is pretty weak. Well, fragile, I should say. Oh, and the Librarian? Oh, no, that's the Brother Captain with a Thunder Hammer. Oh, my God, the Thunder Hammer is out. I'm sorry, the Nemesis Demon Hammer is out and in full effect. Shooter Boys pouring in their fire on these Chaos Space Marines. They are forced to withdraw, but the Rhino is still there. Rhino is down. Went up too far to try and support the Terminator Captain and the Brother Captain. I'm sorry, Terminator Librarian and Brother Captain. Librarian forced to retreat, taking too much fire. Stormtroopers now also forced to retreat now that they can't just dive back into the Rhino. And the Tyranid and Ork combined forces are pushing them off of the left side, and they will be able to claim this point for their own. The Orks swarm, though, on the right side with Alphablades, pushing the Black Templars back almost to their base once again. But they still do control this victory point, so it is neutral. Neither side is losing victory points right now. And looks like instead of the Plasma Cannon, which Elena's been going for, she now has a Las Cannon team. But the Orks are withdrawing. Probably going to try and take this victory point. The Orks pushed into the cave system against these Stormtroopers. Again, it's kind of hard to get a great camera angle here. And a Ork turret is up too. Orks are now retreating, but they did try and buy some time for the Tyranid player to claim these resources back for blue. That was a good move. On the right side, we have the Black Templars engaged again with the Orkish hordes. Attack Marine squads are separated out, and now they are retreating. Last Cannon just got deployed, and it is now forced to retreat as well. Force Commander is still out there, screaming in pain and agony, wondering where his poor Templar soldiers are. On the left side, the Stormtroopers, the Grey Knights, are pushing back out with the Brother Captain behind, and the Terminator Librarian leading the charge against the Tyranid horde. Oh my goodness. Terminator Librarian taking it to all of these Tyranid forces, doing some damage and now retreating. Brother Captain still in the field, backed up with cultists and multiple Stormtroopers. Right side, the Black Templars trying to push one more time, but they are falling back to their base once again. The Orkish horde is proving too much for the Black Templars right now. Hive Tyrant's trying to get out of there. Too much fire for it, but it will make it out to safety. Meanwhile, the rest of its horde stays there to deal its damage to the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. Daka coming in from the right. Brother Captain still at full health almost. Looking pretty cool. With that Thunderhammer teleporting and missing their strike. But now we have a Chaos Dreadnought backed up by the Stormtroopers. Now they're going to push the Tyranids and Orkish forces back. The Orks do not have anything to deal with this Dreadnought currently. Let's take a look at the tech levels here. We got AG now going into 3. We got 2, 2, and 2. I think Trizzen is in 2 still? We'll see in a moment. But Gord is teching up to 3. The Dreadnought is just wreaking havoc along with the Grey Knights Captain. Black Templar is forcing to run away once again. It does look like the mech went deep there, but is also now retreating. It looked like they came to try and resurrect the Force Commander. On the left side, the Dreadnought has pushed off the Tyranid forces and the Ork forces along with the Brother Captain. The Inquisitorial Stormtroopers were taking over all the resource points. Now they're taking over the third victory point. It's going to be 3-0 once again in favor of the red team. Alright, Tank Bus is now out on the field, trying to push back the Orkish hordes, and they do. Looks like the blue team is going to manage to secure at least 1 victory point, maybe 2 if they get to push into the cave. Chaos and the Grey Knights are just kind of holding back there on the left side for now. Tank Buster is doing their job, is now moving across the center to try and reinforce the left side. Black Templar is taking this for the blue team. Looks like we still do have some Storm Boys, though, nearby. And the Mech Commander is going to resurrect the Force Commander. Alright, Tyranids are moving into position. Looks like the Orks are moving up as well with their Death Tread. So, Elena and Gord are in Tech 3. Trizzen still in Tech 2. Styx still in Tech 2. Alphablades teching up to 3. And AG is already in 3 as well. And AG currently going for the Grey Knight Terminators. That is going to be pretty devastating when they enter the field. Taka coming from the right. Trizzen is forced to withdraw from the tactical squads of the Chaos and the Dreadnought. Brother Captain kind of hanging around in the backfield looking for a place to teleport into. And the Chaos Dreadnought actually being taken down by the Death Tread and combined forces of the Orks and the Tyranids. Terminator Librarian back on the scene, along with the Brother Captain, but the Stormtroopers are now running for their lives, and it looks like the Grey Knights are also retreating for now. On the right side, the Black Templars were pushed back by the Orcish hordes with their Death Tread and War Boss, and they are going to be able to capture that third point once again, leaving it 3-0 favor of red. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. The Tyranids are capturing the left point. Oh, the Hive Tyrant goes down to the Brother Captain, who's now taking a lot of damage from these shooter boys. But the Brother Captain is just wearing the storm. There he goes. Finally pulling back. Black Templars retreating once again from the right side, but delaying the Orcs from capping that one point. And Chaos and the Grey Knights are forced back into the cave. Allowing this victory point to be captured for blue team, but it's still going to be 2-1 favor red. Let's see, Orcs pushing into the mines, but they are not going to be able to push in too deep. And this Death Tread may go down if it cannot get out of there in time. Black Templars, I feel like every time I manage to get over here, they are retreating. That is unfortunate. But they're trying to delay the Orcs from capturing the point, but it is too late. They now have the point. Blue team is down to 62 points left. Grey Knights once again coming out, but this time with the Grey Knights Terminator squad. That is a tough squad to deal with, backed up by the Terminator Librarian, Bloodletters. They're just soaking up a lot of fire, not caring. Black Templars forcing up the right side, but they are retreating due to the Ludatank, Death Tread, and War Boss. Left side, we have some retreating Venom Brood, but the Bloodletters took care of that. The Tyranids are on full retreat. Back to their base. Only 37 points remaining. Let's see, we got some tank busters raining down death from the skies. Orcs currently withdrawing, but it is 2-0. It's about to be 3-0 once again, and I do not think the blue team is going to come back from this. It was a very tough game. A lot of intense fighting going on all over the place. Well, right side and left side. And there we go. 5-3. And that is a victory for the forces of the Grey Knights, Chaos Space Marines, and the Orcs. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. See you all next time. Take care.